Have you ever stopped to think about why that seemingly perfect opportunity simply disappeared out of nowhere? Or why that person you wanted so much in your life drifted away without a clear explanation? If you're an Aquarius, you need to understand something very important today. The universe is closing doors in front of you, and this isn't punishment, it's not bad luck. And it's definitely not because you did something wrong. In fact, it's exactly the opposite. The universe is protecting you from paths that would hurt you, from people who would drain your energy, from situations that would trap you in places that no longer match who you are becoming. And I know it hurts. I know it's frustrating to see doors closing while you fight to keep them open. But Aquarian, I need you to understand a truth that will completely change how you see the recent events in your life. Every door that closes is divine protection, and every no you receive is a yes to something much bigger that is coming. In this video, I'm going to reveal 9 clear signs that the universe is closing doors to protect you. And when you finish watching, you'll look back and be grateful for every door that didn't open, for every path that didn't work out, because you'll finally understand that you were being redirected to your true destiny. Aquarius is the sign of innovation, freedom, and a vision for the future. But sometimes this need for freedom makes you want to force doors that simply aren't yours. And the universe, in its infinite wisdom, closes those doors before you enter and get lost in labyrinths that lead nowhere. So take a deep breath, because what you're going to discover here today will bring peace to your heart and clarity to your mind. Each sign I'm going to share is a confirmation that you are being cared for, guided, and prepared for something extraordinary. Stay until the end, because the last sign is the most powerful of all, and many Aquarians are experiencing it right now without even realizing it. Sign 1. Things that used to be easy now require excessive effort. Aquarius, pay close attention to this first sign because it's subtle, yet extremely revealing. You know that situation that used to flow naturally but now feels like you're swimming against the current? That project you were trying to move forward, but each step felt heavy, as if you were carrying the world on your shoulders? That relationship that used to be light, but now demands constant explanations, endless justifications, and an emotional drain that leaves you exhausted just thinking about it? That's the universe intentionally placing obstacles in your path. And no, it's not because you're incapable. It's because that path is no longer yours. The universe closes doors, creating resistance. When something is meant for you, there may be challenges, but there's a flow, an energy that propels you forward. But when something is no longer aligned with your purpose, everything becomes heavy, blocked, and overly complicated. And here's the truth that many Aquarians need to hear. You are a sign of flow, of innovation, of movement. When things stop flowing, when you need to force too much, push too hard, fight too hard, it's because the universe is saying no. Not to frustrate you, but to save you from wasting your precious energy on something that won't get you anywhere. Think about it. How many times have you insisted on something that was too difficult, only to discover months later that it was a relief when it ended? How many times have you looked back and been grateful for not having achieved what you wanted so badly at that moment? This happens because the universe sees what you cannot see. It sees the end of the road, and when that road leads to a precipice, it puts barriers in the way to protect you. Aquarius, you need to learn to read the signs. When you're on the right path, things conspire in your favor. The right people appear, opportunities arise almost magically, and even when there are challenges, you feel inside that it's worth continuing. But when you're forcing something that isn't yours, everything becomes difficult, heavy, and tiring. Your body gives you signals, you get sick more often, your energy plummets, you feel constant anxiety, a tightness in your chest that won't go away. These are warnings. The universe is screaming for you to stop, look around, and realize that that door isn't yours. And the protection here is clear. If you were to open that door, you would enter a path of suffering, frustration, and loss of precious time. Time that could be used to build something truly aligned with who you are. So today I invite you to do some deep reflection. What in your life is demanding too much effort? Where are you pushing doors that clearly don't want to open? And more importantly, are you willing to let go? Because only when you let go of what isn't yours are your hands free to receive what truly belongs to you. The universe doesn't close doors to leave you in the void. It closes them to redirect you. And when you stop fighting against the closure and begin to trust the process, that's when the magic happens. Doors you didn't even know existed begin to open, and you realize that the path was there all along, waiting for you to stop insisting in the wrong place. Aquarius, trust. When something is very difficult, very blocked, very heavy, it's not a sign that you need to fight more. It's a sign that you need to change direction. And this change, however frightening it may seem, is your divine protection in action. Sign 2. Important people distance themselves without apparent reason. This second sign deeply affects the heart of any Aquarian, because nobody likes to feel left behind. But pay attention. When people who were part of your life start to drift away without a fight, without a direct conflict, without an obvious reason, the universe is gently removing these people from your path before they cause greater harm. And I know you're wondering, but how can someone I loved, whom I trusted, who was so present, suddenly disappear like that? The answer is simple and profound at the same time. Because their energy no longer matches the frequency you are reaching. Aquarius, you are a sign in constant evolution. You weren't born to stand still, you were born to grow, expand, transform. And as you evolve, not everyone can or wants to keep up with that growth. The universe knows you're entering a new phase of your life. A phase where you need people who uplift you, who support you, who vibrate at the same frequency of expansion as you. So it begins to cleanse your social circle. That friendship that was only superficial begins to dissolve naturally. That relationship that held you back in old patterns ends almost inexplicably. That person who always criticized you, who always doubted you, who always put your ideas down simply stops calling, stops looking for you, stops showing up. And you're left wondering what happened, what you did wrong, why people are leaving. But Aquarian, you didn't do anything wrong. You simply grew. And growth requires space. You can't carry everyone with you to the next level. And the universe knows this better than anyone. Imagine this, you're climbing a mountain. At the beginning of the trail, you have many people with you. Everyone is excited. Everyone is together. But as the climb gets steeper, more challenging, some people start to give up. They stop, go back down, choose easier paths. And there's nothing wrong with that. The problem would be if you descended the mountain with them just to avoid being alone. The problem would be if you stop climbing because other people no longer want to continue. The universe is protecting you from carrying weight that isn't yours. It's protecting you from people who would convince you to give up on your dreams, who would make you doubt your abilities, who would drain your energy precisely when you need it most. And the way it does this is by creating a natural distancing without major dramas, without big fights, just a gradual distancing until you realize that that person is no longer part of your journey. And here's what you need to understand. This doesn't mean those people were bad, or that the time you spent with them was wasted. It simply means that the cycle with them has ended. Every person who passes through our lives has a purpose, a lesson, a role to play. And when that role ends, the universe gently creates distance. Trying to hold on to these people, trying to force the continuation of something that has already fulfilled its purpose, is fighting against the divine protection being offered to you. Aquarius, you deserve people who celebrate you, who believe in you, who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. You deserve circles of friendship that inspire you, that challenge you to grow, that are genuinely happy with your achievements. And if the universe is removing people from your life now, it's because it's opening space for much higher, much truer connections, much more aligned with who you are becoming. So let go. Let go with love, with gratitude for what was, but let go. Because the new cannot enter while your hands are full, clinging to the old. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal. And you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Let's continue with our video now. Signal 3. Plans fall apart at the last minute. How many times has this happened to you, Aquarius? You plan something carefully with dedication, you put all your energy into that project, that meeting, that trip, and suddenly at the last minute everything falls apart. The contract that was about to be signed falls through. The trip that was scheduled has to be canceled. The meeting you were eagerly awaiting doesn't happen due to some inexplicable unforeseen event. And you're left there, frustrated, irritated, feeling like the universe is conspiring against you. But the truth is exactly the opposite. The universe is conspiring in your favor, sparing you from situations that seem good on the surface, but which hid dangerous traps underneath. This is one of the clearest signs of divine protection, and many Aquarians fail to see it because they are so focused on the frustration of the moment that they lose sight of the bigger picture. I'm going to tell you a truth that might change how you see these last-minute setbacks. The universe never prevents something that is truly good for you. Never. If something was meant to be, it will be, no matter how many obstacles appear in the way. But when something isn't meant to be, when that plan hides consequences you can't foresee, the universe acts. And it acts quickly, often dramatically, to get you out of that situation before it's too late. Think about how many times you've looked back and been grateful that something didn't work out. That job you wanted so badly but couldn't get. And months later you found out the company went bankrupt and everyone was fired without warning. That relationship that almost happened but the person disappeared at the last minute, and then you discovered things about them that made you grateful you didn't get involved. That move to a new city you planned but something prevented you, and then you saw it wasn't anything like you imagined. Aquarius, you need to start trusting the setbacks. I know it sounds strange, I know it goes against everything you've learned about persistence and determination, but there's a huge difference between persisting on the right path and insisting on the wrong one. And last-minute setbacks are the universe's way of showing you that you're insisting where you shouldn't. When something is meant for you, things flow. There may be challenges, yes, there may be obstacles that require creativity and effort, but there's an underlying flow that carries you forward. But when something isn't meant for you, no matter how hard you try, something will always go wrong at the last minute. And that's not bad luck, that's not misfortune. That's divine protection in its purest form. What is the universe telling you with these setbacks? It's saying, wait a moment, this isn't the right time, or this isn't the right path, or this isn't the right person. And the protection here is profound, Aquarius, because the universe sees things you don't see. It sees the consequences, the unfolding events, the endings of stories that haven't even begun. So when it derails your plans at the last minute, it's because following those plans would lead you to a place of pain, confusion, and loss. And however frustrating it may be at the moment, however much you feel like screaming and questioning why nothing works out, trust. Trust that there is a greater plan, that there is divine timing, that there is a cosmic organization working tirelessly to put you in the right place at the right time with the right people. And here's the invitation I extend to you today. The next time a plan falls apart at the last minute, instead of wallowing in frustration, pause. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what is the universe trying to show me? What am I being protected from? And then observe. Observe the signs, the synchronicities, the doors that begin to open when you stop trying to force open the one that is clearly closed. Because the truth is that when one door closes, another opens. Always. But you will only see the door that is opening if you stop obsessively looking at the one that has closed. Aquarius, you are a visionary. You were born to see possibilities that others don't even imagine. So use this ability now to see beyond the momentary frustration, to see the divine protection that is operating in your life, even when everything seems to be going wrong. Sign 4. You feel restless for no clear reason. Aquarius, this sign is especially important for you because Aquarius is a deeply intuitive sign. Even if you don't always consciously recognize it. You sense things before they happen, you pick up on energies, you perceive changes in the air even when nothing tangible has changed yet. And one of the clearest signs that the universe is closing doors to protect you is this restlessness that arises out of nowhere. This feeling of discomfort that you can't rationally explain but that's there, persistent, bothering you. You may be in a relationship that on paper seems perfect, but something inside you is screaming that it's not right. You may be in a stable job with a good salary, but wake up every day with a weight on your chest, an inexplicable urge to run away. This restlessness is not common anxiety. It's not just nervousness. It's your soul telling you that you're in a place that no longer suits you. The universe speaks to us in many ways, and one of the most powerful is through our own intuition, our feelings, our bodily sensations. When a situation isn't good for you, even if it seems good externally, your body knows. Your soul knows. And they start sending you warning signals. You begin to feel physical discomfort in certain environments. You start to have insomnia when you think about certain decisions. You start to feel a tightness in your stomach when you're near certain people. And many Aquarians ignore these signals because the rational mind kicks in saying, but this doesn't make sense, everything is fine, there's no reason for me to be feeling this way. But Aquarian, not everything needs to make logical sense to be true. Sometimes what you feel is much more reliable than what you think. The universe is closing doors to protect you, and it uses restlessness as a tool to move you, to remove you from places where you shouldn't be. Because if you felt too comfortable, you would stay. You would settle. And settling is the opposite of what Aquarius came to do in this life. You didn't come to be stuck in comfortable but limiting situations. You came to break patterns, to innovate, to explore new horizons. So when the universe realizes that you are settling in a place that no longer serves your growth, it begins to bother you from within. It takes away your comfort. It plants this seed of restlessness that grows and grows until you have no choice but to act, to change, to leave that place. And here's the most important part. This restlessness is a blessing, not a curse. I know it doesn't seem that way when you're living it, when you're in the midst of this uncomfortable feeling, not knowing where to go, not knowing what to do. But think about it this way. If you didn't feel this restlessness, you would continue in the wrong place, wasting precious years of your life in situations that lead you nowhere. Restlessness is the divine push you need to take the next step. It's the universe nudging you, shaking you, telling you, "Wake up, Aquarius, you deserve more than this. You are destined for greater things, don't stay there." And when you finally listen, when you finally act, when you finally leave that place that was making you restless, then comes the relief. Then comes the clarity. Then you look back and thank God for having felt that discomfort, because it saved you from continuing on a path that was making you sick inside. So here's my advice to you. Stop trying to rationalize the restlessness. Stop trying to find logical reasons to justify or deny what you're feeling. If something inside you is screaming that something is wrong, believe it. Even if everyone around you is saying everything is fine, even if externally everything seems perfect, if you don't feel peace, if you don't feel alignment, it's because that's not for you. The universe is using its own inner wisdom to guide you away from traps, from toxic situations, from places that would hold you back and prevent you from reaching your true potential. Restlessness is the door closing inside you even before it physically closes. It's the advance warning, the chance the universe gives you to leave voluntarily before you are forced to leave in a more painful way. Listen to what you're feeling, Aquarius. Your body doesn't lie, your soul doesn't err. And this restlessness, however uncomfortable it may be, is your greatest protection. Sign 5. Opportunities that seem certain vanish into thin air. This fifth sign is especially frustrating for Aquarians because you are dreamers, visionaries, people who see incredible possibilities, and are genuinely excited about new opportunities. So when a bright and promising opportunity appears, you get excited, start planning, visualize what it will be like, tell the people close to you, and suddenly, without warning, that opportunity simply disappears. It evaporates. It vanishes into thin air as if it never existed. The job opening that seemed perfect is filled by someone else. The investor who was going to support your project disappears without explanation. The house you were going to buy is sold to another interested party at the last minute. And you are left there devastated, wondering why something that seems so right, so aligned, simply didn't happen. Aquarian, I need you to understand something fundamental. Not all that glitters is gold, and not every opportunity that seems good really is. The universe has a much broader view of your journey than you do. It sees not only the brilliance of opportunity, but also its consequences, future developments, the paths it would open and those it would close. And when it perceives that that opportunity, however tempting it may seem, is not truly aligned with your highest good, it simply removes it from your path. It closes that door before you enter, before you commit, before you invest time, energy, and resources in something that ultimately won't bring you what you truly need. And the protection here is immense, Aquarius, because often the most tempting opportunities are the most dangerous. They shine so brightly that they blind you to the problems that lie behind that brilliance. Think about it. How many times have you heard stories of people who achieved something they desperately wanted, only to discover that it brought far more problems than solutions? The person who got their dream job but developed health problems due to stress. The person who entered that perfect relationship that ended up being abusive. The person who invested in a promising business that resulted in financial and emotional loss. This happens because we humans have a limited vision. We see the present, we see the immediate potential, but we can't see the complete unfolding of the story. The universe can. And when it takes an opportunity away from you, it's not to punish you, it's to spare you from consequences you aren't anticipating. Aquarius, you need to start trusting the opportunities that vanish into thin air, as much as you trust the ones that materialize. Because the ones that vanish are protecting you. They are opening space for opportunities that are truly aligned with your purpose. And here's a powerful truth. When something is truly meant for you, nothing and no one can take it away. People may try, circumstances may seem unfavorable, but if it is yours by divine right, it will happen. No matter how long it takes, no matter how many detours the path takes, it will happen. But when something is not meant for you, no matter how much you try, how much you force, how much you pray, it will not materialize. And this is not a lack of faith. It is not a lack of deserving. It is simply the universe telling you that it has something better in store for you. So the next time an opportunity slips away, instead of despairing, do this: be grateful. Be grateful for the divine protection that is working in your life. Be grateful because the universe loves you enough to spare you from wrong paths. And then pay attention, because soon after a new opportunity will appear. And this one, when it's the right one, won't vanish, it won't disappear, it won't require you to force or fight exhaustively. It will flow, it will fit, it will happen almost magically, because that's what happens when you're on the right path, when you're aligned with your divine purpose. The right doors open easily, and the wrong doors close firmly. Trust the process, Aquarius. The universe never ever leaves you empty-handed when it takes something from you. It always has something better prepared. Sign 6. You start dreaming of warnings and symbols. Aquarius, this sixth sign deals with the world of dreams. And for your sign, this is especially significant because Aquarius has a natural connection with the more subtle dimensions of reality. When the universe needs to communicate with you more directly, when the signs of everyday life aren't enough, it uses dreams. And suddenly you start having strange dreams. Dreams that leave you restless when you wake up. Dreams that seem to carry important messages, even if you don't fully understand their meaning. You dream of doors that won't open, of paths that lead to dead ends, of people warning you about dangers, of situations that generate discomfort and fear. These aren't random dreams, Aquarius. They are direct messages from the universe showing you what is being blocked in your life and why. The world of dreams is a territory where your rational mind doesn't have as much control, where your soul can speak louder, where the universe can plant symbols and messages without the interference of your ego or your conscious expectations. So when you are stubbornly trying to open a door that the universe is closing, when you are ignoring the signs during the day because you desperately want something to work out, the universe uses the night, uses dreams to show you truths that you are refusing to see while awake. And these dreams can be quite direct, like dreaming that you are trapped in a place and can't get out. Or they can be symbolic, like dreaming of storms, murky waters, aggressive animals, falls. Each symbol carries a meaning. Each image is a piece of the larger message that the universe is trying to convey to you. But here's the problem. Many Aquarians wake up from these dreams, feel the discomfort, but then rationalize everything, saying it was just a meaningless nightmare, just their mind processing the day's stress. And then they return to waking life, continuing to insist on the same wrong paths, continuing to ignore the signs that certain doors are being closed for their protection. Aquarian, you need to start paying attention to your dreams. You need to start writing down what you dream, especially the dreams that leave you with strong feelings when you wake up, because these dreams are not random. They are direct communications from your higher self, from the universe, from your spiritual guides, showing you things you need to know but are resisting accepting. And the protection here is clear. When you dream of warnings, when you dream of symbols of danger, of blockage, of impediment, the universe is giving you the chance to change direction before it's too late. It's showing you the problems that will come if you continue to insist on that path, that person, that situation. It's as if the universe is giving you a preview, a trailer of what's to come if you don't listen to the signs. And this is a gift, Aquarian. It's a form of early protection. Because if you listen, if you pay attention, if you change course based on these dream warnings, you save yourself from so much future suffering. You avoid getting into complicated situations. You avoid relationships with people who would hurt you. You avoid making decisions that would take you to places where you don't want to be. So starting today, do the following. When you wake up from a dream that left you uneasy, take a moment before starting your day and reflect. What were the main symbols in that dream? How did you feel during and after the dream? Is there any situation in your waking life that resembles what you experienced in the dream? And then honestly ask yourself, what is the universe trying to show me? Because when you start listening to your dreams, when you start respecting these messages from the spiritual plane, your life changes. You stop making the same mistakes. You stop insisting on paths that aren't yours. You start flowing with divine protection instead of fighting against it. And then, Aquarius, that's when the real magic happens. That's when you realize you were never alone, that the universe has always been by your side, guiding you, protecting you, showing you the way through all possible means, including your own dreams. Sign 7. Conflicts arise out of nowhere in certain situations. Aquarius, pay attention to this seventh sign because it is one of the most active, one of the most dynamic in the way the universe closes doors to protect you. Have you ever noticed how in certain situations with certain people, or in certain environments, conflicts arise out of absolutely nothing? You arrive at a place with the best intentions, wanting to cooperate to make things work, but as soon as you set foot inside, the confusion begins. Arguments over silly reasons, misunderstandings that multiply, people who suddenly become defensive or aggressive for no apparent reason. And you leave thinking, what happened? Why did everything go wrong if I was trying to do everything right? Aquarius, these conflicts are not casual, they are not just bad luck, they are not just the result of poor communication. They are direct interventions of the universe creating friction, creating resistance, creating uncomfortable situations to distance you from that place, that person, that path. When something isn't right for you, when a door needs to be closed for your protection, the universe uses all available tools to make you want to leave voluntarily. And one of the most effective tools is conflict, discord, the creation of such an uncomfortable environment that you have no choice but to walk away. Because think about it, if everything were peaceful, if everyone were friendly, if there were no problems, you would stay there, you would settle, you would remain trapped in a situation that would harm you in the long run. So the universe shakes things up. It creates situations where people's true nature is revealed, where incompatible energies clash, where you clearly realize that this is not your place. And although it's uncomfortable, although it's painful, it's immense protection. And here's something many Aquarians need to understand. You are not responsible for making things work in places where the universe is intentionally creating the wrong. Let me repeat that another way because it's important. There are situations where no matter how hard you try, no matter how understanding, patient, communicative, and diplomatic you are, nothing will work. And it's not because you're doing it wrong, it's because the universe is doing it right. It's creating the necessary chaos to get you out of there, to push you out, to close that door so clearly that you have no choice but to accept it and move on. And the protection here is to spare you from situations where you would be constantly disrespected, where your energy would be drained, where you would lose your essence trying to fit into a place that was never meant for you. Think about how many times you've looked back and been grateful for leaving toxic environments, complicated relationships, and dysfunctional partnerships. And in many of those cases, you left because it became unbearable to stay, because the conflicts became so intense that you couldn't take it anymore. That wasn't your weakness. It was the wisdom of the universe guiding you out through discomfort. And if you are now experiencing constant conflict in some area of your life, if arguments are arising for no apparent reason, if you feel like you're walking on a minefield where any step could explode into a new problem, stop and ask yourself, is the universe trying to get me out of here? Are these conflicts signs that this door needs to be closed? And if the answer is yes, if you feel deep in your heart that this is indeed what is happening, then stop trying to fix it. Stop trying to make it work. Stop blaming yourself for the conflicts and recognize that they are a divine tool being used for your own protection. Aquarius, you were born for peace, for harmony, for building bridges between people and ideas. So when an environment is constantly at war, constantly in conflict, constantly creating stress, that's not your place. No matter how much you want it to be, no matter how much time, energy, or resources you've invested there, if the universe is creating conflicts to remove you, leave. Leave with gratitude for having noticed the signs before delving even deeper. Leave with the confidence that better doors, healthier environments, and truer connections await you. Because the universe never closes a door without having another, much better one already prepared for you. Trust the conflicts as signs of redirection, and allow them to guide you away from what hurts you and closer to what truly belongs to you. Sign 8. Your intuition screams no even when logic says yes. Aquarius, we've reached the 8th sign. And this one is especially powerful for your sign because it involves the conflict between the rational mind and intuitive wisdom. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, the planet of innovation and sudden intuition. So you have within you an incredible capacity to know things without knowing how you know them, to feel truths that cannot be logically explained. And one of the clearest signs that the universe is closing doors to protect you is when your intuition screams no, screams danger, screams mistake, but your logical mind is saying exactly the opposite. On paper, everything seems perfect. The person seems ideal, the opportunity seems incredible, the decision seems to make perfect sense. But there's something inside you, something you can't explain, that's screaming at you not to go that way, to refuse, to walk away. And what do most Aquarians do in this situation? They ignore their intuition and follow logic. Because after all, How are you going to explain to people that you refused something good just because you felt it wasn't right? How are you going to justify a decision based on a feeling, a sensation, something that can't be proven or demonstrated? So you stifle that inner voice, you push down that discomfort, and you move forward with a logical decision. And then, Aquarian, that's when disaster strikes. Months later, sometimes years later, you look back and realize that your intuition was right all along. That person who seemed perfect revealed terrible characteristics. That opportunity that seemed incredible turned out to be a trap. That decision that made perfect logical sense led you down a path of suffering that could have been avoided if you had listened to that inner voice that was warning you from the beginning. The universe speaks to us through intuition, and for Aquarius, this is one of the most direct and reliable channels of communication. When you feel that tightness in your stomach, that shiver down your spine, that inner voice saying don't go, don't do it, don't accept it, this is not paranoia, it's not irrational fear, it's not insecurity. It's your soul, connected to universal wisdom, giving you information that your conscious mind doesn't have access to. It's the universe protecting you, guiding you, showing you that that door needs to remain closed even if it seems tempting. And the protection here is to spare you from situations where you would be deceived, manipulated, used, or simply led down paths that don't serve your highest good, even if they seem promising outwardly. Aquarius, you need to start honoring your intuition above logic when there's a conflict between the two. And I know that's difficult, especially for an air sign that values rational thought, analysis, and logical arguments so much. But the truth is that logic works with visible information, with available data, with what can be measured and proven. Intuition works with invisible information, with subtle energies, with what hasn't yet manifested but already exists in the potential plane. So intuition sees dangers that logic can't see, perceives traps that haven't yet been revealed, feels truths that don't yet have physical evidence. And when it's warning you, when it's telling you no, you need to listen, even if it doesn't make logical sense, even if you can't explain it to anyone, even if it seems like you're rejecting something good. And here's the exercise I invite you to do. The next time you need to make an important decision, before analyzing all the pros and cons, before making lists, before asking everyone's opinion, stop. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Place your hand on your heart. And ask yourself, does this feel right? Does this seem aligned? Do I feel peace or do I feel discomfort? And pay attention to the first answer that comes, the one that arises before the rational mind begins to argue, justify, rationalize. That first answer is your pure intuition. It's the universe speaking directly to you. And if that answer is no, if you feel discomfort, if there is no peace, then no matter how much that decision seems to make sense logically, refuse it. Step away. Close that door. Because the universe is protecting you from something you can't yet see, but that your soul already knows is not good for you. Sign 9. You feel a calling to start over in a different direction. Aquarius, we've reached the 9th and final sign, and this is the most profound, the most transformative of all. This is the sign that summarizes all the others, that gives meaning to all the doors the universe has recently closed in your life. Suddenly, without warning, you begin to feel a strong, almost irresistible call to start over, to turn the page, to abandon old paths and explore completely new territories. It might be a call to change careers, to end a relationship that no longer makes sense, to move to a new city, to start a project that has always been dormant within you. And this call is not a passing thought, not a momentary fantasy. It's something profound, something that shakes the foundations of your life, something that keeps you awake, that occupies your thoughts, that makes your heart beat faster when you imagine the possibility of following that new path. This call to start over is the final confirmation that the universe is closing old doors because it is opening new ones. It's the answer to all recent frustrations, to all plans that crumbled, to all the people who drifted away, to all opportunities that vanished into thin air. The universe was clearing the path. It was removing everything that would prevent you from answering this call. It was closing the doors of the past so that you would have no reason to look back when the time came to move forward. And now that time has come, Aquarius. Now is the moment when you need to be brave enough to leave the known, the comfortable, the safe, and take a leap of faith towards the new, the unknown, the call of your soul. And I know it's scary. I know you look at that calling and immediately 1,000 logical reasons arise not to follow it. You think about the bills to pay, people's expectations, the risks involved, what you're leaving behind. But Aquarius, here's the truth you need to engrave in your heart. You weren't made to live a safe and predictable life. You were made to innovate, to break patterns, to explore new possibilities. And when that calling arises within you, when the universe is inviting you to a new chapter, refusing that calling out of fear is refusing your own destiny. It's choosing the safety of prison instead of the freedom of uncertainty. And Aquarius wasn't born to be trapped. Aquarians were born to fly. All the doors the universe has recently closed weren't cruelty. They weren't punishment. They weren't signs that you're not good enough. They were preparation. They were cleansing. They were protection so that when this moment of new beginnings arrives, you'll be free, light, unchained, ready to take the leap. And now you're here at this very moment listening to these words, and something inside you is stirring, agreeing, recognizing that yes, it's time to start over. It's time to trust the universe. It's time to close the doors that are still open but lead nowhere, and open your arms to the new doors appearing before you. Doors that frighten you a little because of their size, because of the grandeur of what's on the other side. But they are yours, they've always been yours, they were just waiting for you to be ready to cross them. Aquarius, the universe doesn't close doors to leave you in the void. Closes them to redirect you. And all the signs I shared with you in this video, all these forms of divine protection, are now culminating in this call to start over. So the question I leave you with is, will you listen? Will you trust? Will you have the courage to let go of the old even without having all the answers about the new? Because that's what the universe is asking of you now. Not certainties, not guarantees, just faith. Faith that when you take the first step towards your calling, the universe conspires to support each subsequent step. Faith that you are not alone on this journey. Faith that all the closed doors make sense when you finally cross the new door that was waiting for you all along. If this message resonated with your zodiac sign, trust me, it's no coincidence. When the universe wants to speak to you, it sends exactly the right signal, and you're here because you needed to hear this today. Your contribution as a subscriber or member is what keeps these messages alive. Messages that touch, awaken, and transform lives. And if this video made sense to you, leave your birth date in the comments. Aquarius, if you've made it this far to this very moment, it's because the universe is truly speaking to you. All 9 signs I've shared are not coincidences. They are confirmations. Confirmations that you are being protected, guided, and prepared for something much greater than you imagine. Every door that has closed in your life recently had a divine purpose. Every person who has distanced themselves has freed up space for more genuine connections. Every plan that crumbled has saved you from paths that would have hurt you. And every time you felt that restlessness, that discomfort, that inner voice saying no, it was the universe loving you enough to remove you from situations that were not worthy of you. Now I want you to do something important. Take a deep breath, place your hand on your heart, and give thanks. Give thanks for every no you received, for every door that didn't open, for every path that didn't work out. Because they all brought you here, to this moment of clarity, to this understanding that you were never helpless, you were always being cared for. And now, with this new awareness, you can move forward differently. You can stop fighting against closed doors and start looking for the ones that are opening. You can trust the redirections of the universe instead of resisting them. You can finally accept that you deserve good things, and that when something good is prevented from happening, it's because something better is being prepared. So my final invitation to you today is, be brave. Be brave enough to let go of what is no longer yours. Be brave enough to trust processes you don't fully understand. Be brave enough to answer the call echoing within your heart, even if it leads you to unknown territories. Because Aquarius, you weren't born to live a small, safe, predictable life. You were born for big things, for innovation, for breaking patterns and exploring possibilities others can't even imagine. And the universe is closing old doors precisely so that you can finally cross through the new doors that have always been yours. And before you go, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Because every week I bring you messages like this, messages that will help you understand the signs of the universe, navigate life's challenges with more wisdom, and awaken to your true potential. And if these messages touch your heart, if they make a difference in your life, consider becoming a channel member. Your contribution is what allows me to continue creating this content, to continue being a channel for these life-transforming messages. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being here, for trusting, for allowing these words to reach you. Now tell me in the comments, which of these 9 signs resonated most with you? Which one made you stop and think, is this exactly what's happening in my life right now? Leave your birth date here and share your experience. Because when you share, you not only process the message better for yourself, but you also help other Aquarians who are going through the same thing to feel less alone, to realize that they too are being protected, guided, and loved by the universe. And who knows, your comment might be exactly the sign that someone else needs to have the courage to trust their process. Aquarius, never forget. You are special, you are unique, you have an important purpose in this world. And the universe is working tirelessly to put you in the right place at the right time with the right people. Trust. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when it hurts. Even when it seems like everything is going wrong. Trust that behind every closed door there is divine protection at work. And soon, very soon, you will look back and perfectly understand why things happen the way they did. And you will be grateful. You will be grateful on your knees for every no, for every closure, for every redirection. Because they all brought you to the place where you were always meant to be. A huge hug to your heart. And until the next video, may the universe continue to guide you, protect you, and bless you always.